Okay, so write this down. Your mark divided by the test mark equals the decimal percent. Okay, so equals the decimal percent. So the first thing you're going to do is take this, convert it to a decimal, 0.70. So we can take her mark, Barbie's, 50, divide it by the test mark, which is x, that's what they're asking for, what was the test out of, equals 0.7. Okay. That's pretty much the easiest way to set it up. How do you get x out of the basement? Times it by x. Okay, so solve it, times it by x. They cancel. We get 50 equals 0.70x. Now try this on your calculator because it's decimals and you're dividing. I definitely would do it. And so we get this number. So what's the test out of? You sure it's not 72? Yeah. Okay, so you think it's out of 71? You sure it's not out of 72?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what could you do to double check? Because you don't want to lose 3%. Each question is like 3%. Exactly. So let's figure it out. We got 50 divided by 71. See what it gives us. So 50 divided by 71. Is that 70% or 71? 70. Okay, so x equals 71. So the test was 71 marks. Okay. Now don't, your sentence I wouldn't test you on, but we'll ask you what's the equation used to solve this question. And you're going to have 4 really good ones. So you do have to know how to make your equations, folks. Okay, next one, cost of a pizza. Okay. It's $7.50 plus $1.15 for each topping. Okay. The pizza costs $16.50. The question is, how many toppings did he order? So let's use T for toppings. How can we set this one up?
150 T plus 750.
Yeah, so $1.50 per each topping means we can multiply that together. Plus, every pizza is $7.50, so we have to add it. That's our constant. And equals a total cost of $16.50. So now you're working backwards to solve for T. Go. Use your calculator. Oops. Goes 9. So 6 toppings. How many people got that? Hands up. Good. Okay, here's another one. The mean or average of 3 numbers is 18.3. So to figure out the mean, you're going to add the numbers, divided by the number of numbers. Okay. So add the numbers, divide by the number of numbers. That will give you your average. Okay. So the average of 3 numbers is 18.3. 2 of the numbers is 16.1, 19.7. Find the third. So we have x plus 16.1 plus 19.7 divided by 3 equals 18.3. Okay. Go ahead now, solve for x. So x equals 19.1. So what I did is I added the two top numbers together. Okay. So right here I added those together to get the total value. And then I did the opposite of divide by 3. I multiplied by 3. Okay. So 54.9. And then I subtracted 35.8. If I wanted to, I could have got rid of this divide by 3 right at the beginning. It wouldn't have affected anything. Okay. Any questions? All right, turn it over. So for a lot of the word problems, we talked about area and perimeter. Okay. So area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. And for perimeter of a rectangle, for a perimeter you want to add all the sides. Here's a width and a width. How many widths are there? 2. How many lengths? 2. So 2 widths plus 2 lengths. If you don't want to use the formula, you don't have to. Just make sure you have all the widths, all the lengths. So these two are equal. We have to find x, then the perimeter of the rectangle. So we have area of the triangle equals perimeter of the rectangle. So base times height divided by 2 equals 2w plus 2l. Now we can substitute in the algebra. So let's go 26 times x minus 1. You could have flip-flopped them. That doesn't matter. Divide by 2 equals 2 bracket 2x, or 3x minus 1. It doesn't matter. Plus 2 times 3x minus 1. Okay. So things to help you out, I would multiply in first. Okay. So 26x minus 26 divided by 2 equals 4x plus 6x minus 2. Okay, go ahead and solve for x. Okay, we covered this on Thursday, I think it was. 26 divided by 2 and 26 divided by 2. So what we're left with is 13x minus 13. Divide both terms by 2 equals 10x minus 2. Okay, you have to know how to do that division, folks. That's huge. We already talked about that. Okay, so the perimeter of the rectangle, I would use this part right here. So 4x plus 6x minus 2, 4 times 11 over 3 plus 6 times 11 over 3 minus 2. So 44 over 3 plus 66 over 3 minus 2. This would be 110 over 3 minus 2. So that would be 110 over 3 minus what? Common denominator? 6. 6 over 3. So it equals 116 divided by 3. And that unit is meters. Doesn't say. There's your answer. That almost looks like a, I don't know what to say. 104 divided by 3. Much better. continuing on. Tracy has to select between two options for her wedding. Resort A, Resort B. So how many guests would Tracy need to invite to make Resort B the better choice? So when we're setting this up, we're going to have a Resort A side and Resort B side. Now if you're having to choose if Resort B is better, would it cost more or less? Less. So what resort should the sign eat to show that Resort B is less? A. So you have to really think about which way the sign should point. Now you can figure out values, so an equation for A and B side. Go for it. Okay, so Resort A will be $50 per person. Resort B is $35 per person plus $1,900. Okay, so initially it's really expensive because of the flat rate cost or the constant cost. Right? But move 35 over, and I'll use my calculator because I know I can't add. Get 15p is greater than 1900, so p is greater than 126.6 repeating. So what's the answer? Yeah, after 126 people, Resort B. And what can we say about 127 in comparison to 126? 127 comes not before, but so what you could say there's that's the thing with these word problems. You can say the sentence several different ways. You can say 127 or more. That's perfectly fine. Or you can say after 126. So both are implying the exact same thing. They're exactly the same. But what would be wrong if you said 126 or more? Because that includes 126 as a valid answer, and it's not. Okay, so after 126 people, Resort B is better deal. Okay, any questions? So in your booklet, you have this word problems to answer. Okay, go for it.